Cashier allegedly disappears with $900K slated for bank deposit. A woman who is accused of making off with $900,000 she received at work to deposit in the establishment's bank account has been charged with larceny as a servant. She is being identified as 29-year-old Christina Lewis, otherwise called Tanya, of New Building District, Nain, Westmoreland. She initially gave her name as Tanya Lewis and was featured on the JCF Wanted Wednesday campaign. According to the police, the accused was employed as a cashier at the business establishment in the parish when she was given over $900,000 to deposit into an account. It is alleged that Lewis did not make the deposit and failed to hand over the cash to her employer. The police said she was contacted on several occasions, however, all checks made were futile. Lewis turned herself in after being featured on the Jamaica Constabulary Force Wanted Wednesday campaign this week. She is scheduled to appear before the Savannah Lamar Parish Court on Tuesday, April 23rd. Teen girl among two detained after gun found in Tally Tonk. Two persons, including a teen girl from the Blakely district in Johnson, St. Elizabeth, were taken into custody after a firearm was recovered hidden inside a toilet tank during a recent operation in the community. According to the police, one Smith & Wesson Magnum revolver with one live round was found following the search of the premises in the area. The teen girl and a man were taken into custody following the find. Head of the division, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, commended the search team for their diligence and detail during their operation. He further noted that the police also discovered paperwork which suggested some level of scamming happening in the area. Minto said detectives will continue their investigations as the police are committed to ridding the area of criminals. Minto also seized the opportunity to urge citizens to come forward with any information they may have regarding illegal firearms or individuals wanted by law enforcement. Kartel retrial hearing set for June 10. The Jamaican Court of Appeals will begin hearing arguments on June 10 to determine whether to order a retrial for Vybz Kartel and his co-accused in the murder case of Clive Lizard Williams. The hearing will last for 5 days. The decision was handed down on Friday by Justice Marvin McDonald Bishop with the following stipulations. The hearing concerns whether a retrial should be ordered is to be fixed for June 10, 2024 for 5 days. The appellants are to file and serve skeleton submissions with authorities on or before May 6, 2024. The respondent is to file and serve skeleton arguments with authorities on or before December 31, May 2024. The appellant's skeleton arguments must be accompanied by a written chronological of events related to the appeal and cross-reference of the record or transcript. The appellants are to agree and file one joint chronological of events. 4 copies of the parties' skeleton arguments and chronology must be filed for the use of the court. The UK-based Privy Council has ordered that the convictions of Kartel, real name Adidja Palmer, and fellow entertainer Sean Storm Campbell, Kara Jones, and Andrew St. John be overturned based on the argument presented in February. The Privy Council in their ruling also remit the decision to the Jamaica Court of Appeals on whether to order a retrial of the appellants. In April 2014, Kartel was sentenced to life imprisonment with the eligibility of parole after serving 35 years of his sentence. His co-accused were also handed life sentences, with Sean Storm and Jones being eligible for parole after 25 years and St. John being eligible after serving 15 years. Samuda says old water trucks seen in video are from failed PNP program. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matty Samuda, has responded to videos being circulated on digital platforms of old trucks being used to transport water, stating that the vehicles were purchased by former People's National Party Minister Carl Blight under the Field Rapid Response Team. Senator Samuda, while speaking during the sitting of the Senate on Friday, sought to dispel any assumptions that the trucks in the video are being used by the governing Jamaica Labour Party administration to distribute water to communities affected by severe drought. Some things that I have seen circulated around on WhatsApp and other places of the rapid response system, and I saw a video that showed some old trucks that were bought by the former Minister Blythe. Firstly, if they were bought by former Minister Blythe, you wouldn't expect them to still be alive today, Samuda noted. The next issue, what Jamaicans should be aware of and remember, it is that we got all a year out of those trucks because they were not fit for purpose for Jamaican terrain. The gearboxes did not work. The government even explored legal action in terms of recovering the funds because of that, so sharing something that collapsed under the former PNP administration and trying to put it on this administration is quite something, he added. The Rapid Response System was initially created to temporarily provide water to communities affected by severe drought. However, the senator on Friday described the program as a disaster fraught with all the challenges and several corruption allegations. Samuda disclosed that it was the JLP that shut down the program. Now we also need to remember the Rapid Response System was a disaster, but it was also fraught with all the challenges and several corruption allegations, and it was shut down by this administration to cut off a ridiculous feeding tree from the former administrator's political activists, he noted. In response to the country's long-standing drought issues experienced during the annual drought season, which usually runs from December to April, Senator Samuda outlined the investments the government has made to assist communities that are drastically affected. He mentioned the announcement made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in the House of Representatives earlier this week that $150 million has been allocated to combat the severe drought conditions affecting communities. This administration transferred the assets of the Minister of Local Governments, so the assets are in use for service delivery of the Jamaican people without any governance issue. We have also continued to invest in an annual basis. Last year, we bought 8 additional trucks for the National Water Commission. This year, we are in procurement of 8 additional trucks. And we will buy another 8 next year. And if we continue needing space, we will build in that emergency response. But make no bones about it, the people must know that those trucks in the videos were from a failed PNP investment, and it is also hurting Jamaican water delivery system because a lot of the money was waste, and we are not going to pull back from that fact. It is a legacy of failure, Samuda reiterated. Shanika Grace Killer sentenced to life in prison. The man convicted of the murder of 15-year-old schoolgirl Shanika Gray in 2017 has been sentenced to life imprisonment with no possibility of parole until he has served 42 years, 9 months and 21 days in prison. High Court Justice Bertrand Morrison handed down the judgment in the St. James Circuit Court yesterday. Gregory Roberts was found guilty by a 7-member jury on January 24. Shanika, a grade 10 student at the time of her death in 2017, was found 3 days after she was reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay while on her way home from a schoolmate's funeral. Roberts and his co-accused Maria Mars were taken into custody in connection with the killing. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 after entering a plea deal with the state and was sentenced to life imprisonment a month later. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.